far northwest corner of Tasmania, this group is on a devil hunt. Each year they come here to trap Tasmanian devils, to give health checks and to see how many are in the population.
It's a very important spot for devils. It's their last stronghold in terms of their capacity to be a disease-free population. So it's really vital for us to be able to monitor this site and come back year after year.
At the moment, this population of devils doesn't have the infamous facial tumour disease, which has wiped out about 80% of the species. But there are other problems for the animals here.
We know that in the far northwest corner of Tasmania there's been population decline in the past without facial tumour disease around. Now we're finding in that same population that what we call fecundity, that's the number of babies born to the mums every year, has declined dramatically. We're only getting about 20% or less babies born where we expect 60 to 70% of the mums to have babies.
It's the latest threat to the carnivorous marsupial, and it makes this trapping and counting trip all the more important.
Claire's just getting him into a restraint position where we can get a bit of a closer look, and checks will progress on through to dental checks and measurements of canine as well as molar wear. So from that you can get a good determination of the animal's age.
It's still not known exactly what is causing the low birth rates.
We will keep an open mind. Devils always surprise us, but one thing clearly to look at straight away is the genetic diversity.
Low birth rates are being seen in populations across the state, especially in areas that have been hard hit by the facial tumour disease. Devils are surviving despite the presence of the cancer, but declining birth rates could spell danger.
It's definitely a major threat. It could cause local extinction. Think of it as a two-stage process where facial tumour disease might fracture the populations, and then those that are left with a low birth rate have an additional problem.
The search for answers and solutions is bringing together researchers from across Australia and the world.
My group of geneticists, we do the work inside the lab. We very rarely venture into the field, yet we're working with amazing ecologists and population managers who are out there every day trapping devils, collecting samples.
The team hatched a plan to introduce new devils with different genes into the struggling areas.
We've come so far in, bringing the devils back, I guess, from the brink. So for me now, to leave devils in the wild, thinking they may recover, they might not, seems quite inconceivable.
In 2012, a group of devils was released on Maria Island off Tasmania's east coast. It was an insurance policy in case the cancer led to extinction. Now they have a new purpose.
We can use some of the devils that are being born here, and we can take them and release them onto mainland Tasmania in areas where those populations have been heavily impacted by disease.
About 20 Maria Island devils are being captured so they can be moved to areas with dwindling populations.
Yep, that's Egmont. He's one to go. We actually genetically test the wild populations as well, and then we look at what we have here on Maria Island, which is our current source population, and we look at where the wild site is, and then we compare those two, and so we try and find the best genetic fit for what's going from the island to the wild.
But Egmont here fits the bill of what you're after today.
Egmont is a beautiful, perfect 2-year-old male, so hopefully he's going to go out. He's just starting his breeding life. So my hope is that he'll go out to his release site and breed with lots of other females out there and create a new generation of genetically diverse devils.
Researchers will be following devils like Egmont over the next 5 years to see how successful it is.
Well, that's Andy. That's one of the new girls, so we should probably check her pouch.
Excellent.
Andy won't be going anywhere today.
A moment of truth.
Got anything?
Yep, I can see Pat Chung.
Oh, fantastic. How many?
1, 2, 3, 4. That's great news. She was born in captivity, but she came out to Mariah and is bred with a wild Mariah Devil, and is now passing her genes onto the island here, which is exactly what we wanted.
Back on the northwest corner of Tasmania, this year's monitoring is again showing low birth rates.
We must now consider working with that. We'll wait for genetic results, but we're certainly preparing to possibly bring some of those animals in, breed them, send them back pregnant, get some genetic diversity into the stock, if that's the problem.
But the people who have stood behind the Devils for so long remain confident they can overcome this hurdle as well.
They breed well, they're tough. I think between the Devils and the effort we're going to, we should be all right.